Hello and welcome to today's video. This is going to be a goal reflection and potentially goal adaptation video. We're going to have a look at the goals that I set at the start of the year, all three types, so reading goals, social media goals and Q1 goals, which is more like lifestyle stuff I guess. I'm going to look through them and kind of see where we are, if we're on track, and if I even still want to do the goal, if I want to adapt the goal in any way, if it's not quite working for me, or if I want to scrap it all together. I'm not gonna lie, I want to make these videos this year at the end of every quarter, sitting down and kind of going through this. But my idea is to do this vlog style, so I spend 1 week really trying to achieve the goals, like whatever the numbers are that I need to be on track with the goals I've set. Spend 1 week going through that and doing it and then reflecting at the end of the week. I started that vlog last week, maybe about a week and a half ago now. My plan was to, you know, do the filming, and honestly it just went to shit. I'm gonna be completely honest, it went to shit. It was not good, so I scrapped it. So for Q1, we are just sitting down. If you like this, do let me know down below. If you'd rather me try that vlog style again, which I just think will be a little bit more fun, like, and a bit more of like a final push, and kind of a bit of motivation for a final push as well, do let me know down below, and then I'll try that for Q2. But yeah, I definitely want to do something to do with the goals, but I thought it was going to be vlog style. Maybe that won't work. Maybe you enjoy this anyway. I don't know. We're trying this out. This is not how I imagined this video, but let's just get into it. So, as I've already said, we're going to be going over three types of goals today: the reading goals, the social goals and the Q1 goals. I'm just going to get into it. I will timestamp this video down below, and I will start with reading goals because this is primarily a booktube channel, so I'm guessing the reading goals are the ones that the majority of people who clicked on this video are actually interested in. So let's just get into it. My reading goals. I will pop something on the screen. I will like record my reading journal where I wrote them down so you can, you know, see the visual, see what we're working with here. But the reading goals themselves are to read 52 books, which I'm happy to announce I've actually already achieved. I only needed to do a quarter of this to be on track. I think I needed to be hitting 13 by now. Yeah, it's week 13. Technically March goes into week 14. I don't know if it was 13 or 14 I wanted to have hit, but I hit 52. It's been a really good reading year so far. I've been very lucky with the amount I've read and lucky with the amount I've enjoyed as well. So yeah, already completed this one. Don't need to worry about it at all. Then the second reading goal is to read 50% non-fiction. Now, I haven't done badly in this. I hope to finish 2 more non-fiction before the end of March. I've got 3 days to go. Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. But as of right now, I've read 14 non-fiction. This is nowhere near 50%. I'm going to be honest, it's probably about 25% of what I've read. I've read 52 books exactly, so what's 14 of 52 as a percentage? It is 26.9%, so not bad. And honestly, because I've read so much more than I expected to this year, like I only expected to have maybe read 20 books by this point in the year, I'm actually okay with this. Even though it's not hitting the 50% goal, I feel like it's kind of hitting what I expected my 50% to be. So I can't complain, and I think this is probably what I'm going to adapt. So we'll look at this one in a minute and see how we want to change it. The next goal was to get my physical TBR below 150. So to be on track with this, I worked it out, and by the end of March I need to have my physical TBR down to 245. It's not going to happen. We're not going to get there. I am falling behind on this, but I think I will be able to push. I've purchased quite a few books at the start of this year. I've read a lot of books that I don't own physically because I've cancelled a lot of my subscriptions. I now only have my one subscription that I pay for, which is Everand, which even now I'm considering getting rid of Everand for a few months even, because I do occasionally get off track even on there and read books I don't own. But mostly I use Everand for audiobooks for books I already own. So like right now I've kept that one, and I get the 15 hours that you get if you've got a Spotify, but everything else I've cancelled successfully now. Yeah, it's the 29th of March, my Kindle Unlimited cancelled on the 25th, so now every other subscription, which I think there were 3 or 4 at the start of this year, have been cancelled. But before I cancelled stuff, I wanted to finish reading the stuff that I got out on it, and I wanted to get my money's worth, so we haven't read as much from the physical TBR than I'd like, so I'm confident that I can give this a push and get to it. So for right now, I'm going to keep this goal the same. I'm going to keep aiming to get below 150, and I'm not going to adjust the numbers at all either. By June, which will be the end of Q2, I should have got to 212, and I'm just still going to keep aiming towards that. So yeah, that's that one. Then the fourth goal is to finish all completed series started. I've not done this, but I've made progress. I have definitely started less series this year than I have the last couple of years, and the majority of the series that I've started this year I'm up to date on, or I've completely finished, so I'm not worried about the new ones I've started. And when I set this goal, I didn't realise how many series that are like complete I'd started. I've given it a rough count, I don't know this for definite, and this is only the series that are complete. There's a lot more series than I'm in the middle. But I think at the start of this year, the number of series that I had started that are completed series that I hadn't complete was 53. Yeah. I feel like I said that really quietly. It's 53, which is a lot, and I would still like to work towards this because I enjoy series way more when I read them like close together. This is still something I want to work on, but I don't know how realistic it is to complete. Actually, well, I'm going to tell you now, I'm not completing this year. I am staying optimistically hopeful, maybe a bit too hopeful, that maybe I can finish 52 of those 53. I also realised that one of those series is Discworld, which there are a lot of books on. I don't even know how many books there are, but I'd say over 30 for definite. I've only read the first one, so that one I'm not going to be finishing, but the rest of them I am hoping to, and I would class it as complete doing all of them but that one. So yeah, I think so far this year I have been trying to keep track, but I haven't been on it maybe as much as I should have. Yeah, I think so I'm looking at my thing there. If my counting is correct, and I haven't been properly keeping on top of this, so I could be wrong, I think I've either finished or decided to DNF 5 series that I was considering a completed but not personally complete series so far at the start of the year. So if that's correct, then I am about 10% of the way into it, at 25% of the way into the year. So not ideal, but like, honestly, I'm hopeful with this one. I'm hopeful that I'm going to give it a push and we're going to read a lot more. So I'm just going to wait and see for this one, to be completely honest. Okay, only 2 more left. The next one is to read 12 classics. I still want to do this. I've not yet made any progress in this. I did eventually put a classic on my March TBR, thinking if it's on my TBR, I'd actually get to it. I have not. So, I don't know. Normally I don't read classics like 1 every month if I've set the goal to 12. I've never actually made it to 12 before. I think I've only made it to about 6. But normally I don't read them like 1 every month or however often it is. Normally I'll read like none for ages and then 2 or 3 together. And I'm hoping that'll be the case as well. But I'd have hoped by a quarter of the way into this year I'd have got to a point where I wanted to read 2 or 3 together. So for now we're keeping the number at 12 and I'm still hopeful, but this might be one that we re-reflect on at the end of Q2. And then the final reading goal is to finish the 25 books that I put on my 25 in 2025 TBR. If you don't know what this is, it's basically a TBR that I set every single year where I pick whatever the number of the year is. I think this is going to be the last year I do because 25 is a lot. Books from my TBR, put them into a TBR, and those are the ones that I want to read throughout the year. Like, I want to do that, I want to complete that, I want to read that. So far this year I've read 4 of the 25. I'm hoping maybe by the end of March, but if not, like the very start of April, I'll have finished 2 more. I'm kind of on track, like not perfectly on track, but I'm around that mark. Ideally by the end of March I'd have read 6 or 7. Right now we're at 4, but we could, depending on how well my reading goes these next 3 days, get up to 6 quite easily. So yeah, I'm okay with it for now. I'm okay with it for now. We'll see how easy it continues being throughout the rest of the year, but I did put a lot on that I was really excited about. It was kind of a mixture of books that I was really excited about and books that have been on my TBR for ages, so we get into the excited ones. We'll see. We'll see. But this is definitely one I do want to achieve, so I will continuously work towards this. So those were the goals. I guess now we should talk about, do I want to adapt any of these reading goals? There's only really 2 that I feel like I could adapt. One I'm definitely not, one I think I am. So one of these was to read 52 books, which I've already achieved. So there is the question, do I want to change the number? And to be honest, I don't think I do. I set 52 because it's a really achievable goal for me. It's one book a week, which even if I'm having a crap reading time, even if I'm having a crap week, no matter like what the reason is for that crap week, normally I can read one book. And there has been, you know, months throughout different years where I have only read one book per week for like an entire month, or I think 6 weeks at one point was my rate, where it was one book a week. So I'm good with this goal. I know that there is always a chance of getting into a reading slump, getting into like a mental slump, getting into like, you know, a physical health slump, like whatever it is, there is a chance that like I could negatively impact my reading at some point due to something going on with me that I don't want or feel the need to push through, and one book a week is realistic. So I don't want to change this number. I set this goal because it's realistic to reach. It gives me a little something to aim for, but there's no pressure and I don't feel stressed about it or anything like that. So I'm gonna leave it because I don't feel stressed, and that is what we're aiming for. So I'm not going to adapt that one. However, the read 50% non-fiction, I do think I'm going to adapt. I've been thinking about this. I'm going to find my non-fiction page in my reading journal. Okay, so I feel really happy and really confident with the amount of non-fiction I've been reading this year. But it's not been 50%, it's been that 26.9%. And I think I know what I want to change this goal to. I think it means I won't have achieved it for March, but like over the first quarter it will even out to have achieved it. And I think that's to read 5 non-fictions a month. Obviously, if I get into one of my slumps, that means I can't reach that goal, which is why I went for a percentage. Oh, okay. I think I'm going to set it. Oh, okay. I know how I'm going to do that. I figured it out. I'm going to keep the goal as read 50% non-fiction, but I'm going to say read 50% non-fiction or 5 non-fiction a month. Yeah, so read 50% non-fiction. How do I word this to make it make sense? Read 50% non-fiction per month? Yeah, per month. So read 50% non-fiction per month or 5 non-fiction a month, whichever comes first. And that way, if we hit 5, we don't need to worry. But if we don't hit 5 non-fiction, as long as it's that 50%, it's okay. So like, if I only read 2 non-fiction a month, but I only read 4 books that month, that is okay. But if I read 5 non-fiction in a month, I can then read as many fiction books as I want. Yeah, I think that works better for me. And that will mean I'll have only failed the goal in March, because January and February I hit that 50%. Well, I didn't hit it, but I read an odd number of books that month, so it was close enough. It was like a 6 non-fiction, 7 fiction, something like that. And obviously, like, yeah, unless I read an additional book that month, which wasn't possible because I can only read the amount I can read, I can't get closer to being like equal and 50-50. So yes, that works. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that, actually. I think, yeah, read 50% non-fiction per month or 5 non-fiction a month, whichever comes first. I might reword it a bit. I think that makes sense, but I don't think it's as succinct as it could be. So I might reword it a bit, but that is what I'm changing it to. Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay, that is our adaptations to our reading goals. Let's now go and talk about our social goals. Okay, social media. I have mixed feelings towards social media. I really enjoy YouTube. I really enjoy YouTube. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy getting 2 videos up a week, which is one of my goals. And I'm trying my best to dabble in the others. I feel like I could enjoy them, but I currently have mixed feelings towards. So let's just talk about the goals. Again, I have got a page for this in my bullet journal this time, so I will pop that up on the screen. But there's only 3 and they're pretty simple, and I have not been achieving them yet. But let's talk through them. So my first goal is for myself to post 1 TikTok a week. I've not done this. I've posted 1 TikTok so far in, well, I was about to say in 2025 I posted 1 TikTok. I've actually posted 2, but they're in the same week. So I've only completed this goal 1 week of 2025. I'm just gonna stick with the goal. I think I can do this. Like, I just need to figure it out, and I have been coming up with some ideas and stuff, so like hopefully I can get into it. I think TikTok's one of them that I can really enjoy once I'm into it, but it's going to take a bit of a push to figure it out. And I've been spending quite a bit of time on there the last couple of months, like in the algorithm, and like searching just for reading content, searching for fantasy content, sci-fi content, fantasy romance content, and trying to get that stuff recommended to me. I still haven't got it to work, so we're gonna wait and see. But I'd like to keep trying with this one, so yeah. And then post one Instagram a week. I haven't done this, but I've done better at it than I have the TikToks. I think I've done it about every other week. Like, I don't think it's actually every other week, but well, I can check this, can't I? So we've had 13 weeks in the year so far, and I've posted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 13. That's actually not so good. What is that? 5 out of 13, 38%. So like, it could be worse, but I want to push for this. I do actually enjoy Instagram. Well, I enjoy the bookstagram side of Instagram, I've realised. But to be honest, I'm actually not mad at myself. I'm not mad. The sunny days we've had, I've taken book photos and I've been slowly getting them off. I've realised I don't enjoy taking like photos, even if it's just like a photo of a book in the dark winter. I don't find it fun. I don't enjoy figuring out lighting. Like, you should see how I've got the lighting set up now. And this doesn't even look good, I'm sure. Like, it's probably just adequate lighting. Like, you can see me and it's fine. And I struggle with this. I like sunlight and real outdoor light. And obviously, we're just getting into spring. I think the clock's literally spring forward tonight as I'm filming this. I'm hoping to get this out tomorrow. So, you know, we're literally, we're getting there. We are in spring now. The sun's getting better. I'm going to start taking more pictures. And I have faith that I can complete this in quarter 2. Even if I didn't quite get there in quarter 1. Then the third and final social media goal is to post 2 YouTube videos a week. I've mostly done this. There's been a few mix-ups, a few mix-arounds. Again, mainly in March. March has just not been the best month. And I don't know why. Like, I feel like it's getting positive. But yeah, I did this for the first, what is that, 8 weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, the first 8 weeks of the year I uploaded twice a week. Then the 9th week I only uploaded once, but the 10th week I uploaded more than twice. Like, but I'm only tracking it for every twice. And then unfortunately the 11th week I didn't upload at all, and the 12th week I only uploaded once. But I'm making up for that now in the 13th week. I believe I'm going to have uploaded 3, maybe even 4 times in the 13th week. So I'm not there 100% yet, but I'm getting there. And I haven't been lazy and not doing anything out of laziness this year. Like, I've really pushed myself, and if I've had a crap week and I've got ill, then I've had a crap week and I've got ill. I'd say one of my unofficial goals, like, I'm not going to write it down, but something in my head that I very much want to do in quarter 2 because of these social media goals, is to get 2 weeks ahead in my filming and editing. Because if I was 2 weeks ahead in my filming and editing, the weeks I haven't uploaded twice would be fine. Normally I'm like half a week ahead. I've normally got 1 video ready to go at all points, which like could be moved if needed, but most of the time this year at least I haven't been ahead, and I'd like to get ahead by 2 weeks. Yeah, the most I've missed is 1.5 weeks in a row of not posting, and if I was 2 weeks ahead I wouldn't have missed that. And I did get ill, and then it took me a while to recover and to want to sit in front of a computer, and that's okay. So yeah, we're still going to aim for this. I'm not changing this goal either. So I'm actually, I mean, I guess let's go to the am I still trying to do these, am I adapting these in any way part of this. I'm still going to try and do all of them, at least for another quarter. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to really push and try to definitely give TikTok and Instagram a go once a week. If I don't enjoy it, that's fine, but I haven't given it enough of a go yet to decide I don't enjoy it. And I definitely want to do the 2 YouTubes a week. Like, I'm trying to upload every Wednesday and Saturday this year, and I'm doing pretty good at that, but don't have 100% success rate. So we're getting there, But yeah, I'm not adapting these, I'm not changing them. I want to do all of them. I'm going to give them another go in quarter 2. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, the Q1 goals. So how a lot of people will set like goals at the start of a year for the year, there might be like 2025 goals. Personally, that's just too far looking ahead for me. I don't know what I'm gonna want, what I'm gonna change, and like just who I'm gonna be as a person by the end of the year. A lot can change in a year, so I only set them quarter by quarter. And for Q1, I have got it in my bullet journal. I once again have it on screen somewhere at the moment. But I did a little box and I managed to fit 4 goals in the box. And I'm pretty glad that I only did 4 because it didn't go amazing. Let's talk about them. So, first goal, upload 2 YouTubes a week. This is going to have to be a no. If I'd have managed to get 1 more video out this month, I believe I could have done it as average rather than just no. But I haven't. I can't get even more out. I can't. I did consider pushing myself, but I was just like, I can't. Like I literally wouldn't be able to read if I did that, and if I don't read, I can't make reading videos, so it's a vicious cycle. So it's a no. It's not even average, it's a no. But I did a good attempt, and I'm not mad at myself. As I've already said in the social part of this, I tried. I got ill. I can't help that, so it's good. Second goal was actually the goal that I complete, and this is to touch up the office paint. I'm in the office now, and there were just quite a few parts in this room that needed touching up. Having said that, since then we've had another mark come on the ceiling, but that's okay. There were 2 patches in the white. I think there were 3 or 4 patches of the brown paint, and you can't see it, but the wall you're in front of is green, and there's a bit to patch up there. And I did it. I did it in February actually. I've managed to finish it, so yeah, I'm happy with this. I finished it in February. I touched up the paint in the office. I'd like to have done more, but let's go into the next goal before we properly sort that out. So, goal number 3 was to paint the hallway. Not done, not finished. I have complete 2 walls. Our hallway is a bit of a weird shaped hallway because our house is on 3 levels. So we've got 1 wall, 2 wall, 3 wall, 5 wall, and then like 6, 7 wall down the rest of the stairs. So technically it's 7 walls. I've complete 2 of them, and I'm halfway through 2 of them. So I guess if you put the 2 that I'm halfway through together, that's 3. So we've done like half of this goal. It's half complete. But to be honest, I think I'm probably just gonna push it to Q2. But we'll talk about that in a moment. The final goal for Q1 was to exercise once a week. I really struggle with exercise in the winter, and I thought by setting it to once a week, I would stop myself from struggling. Well, aren't I a fool? Because that did not happen like that. I just still struggled. Except for in March. We are eventually in March, it is eventually sunny, and I did not complete this in January, and I did not complete this in February, but I have completed this in March. So yeah, in all of January, I exercised once. In all of February, I exercised once. In March, I've actually done more than once a week. Yeah, I have. I've done more than once a week. It's not enough to be twice a week, but it's been more than once a week. So, did I complete it? No. But I have by the end of the quarter, I guess, is the best way to look at it. So it's not complete, but by keep trying to complete it, I have actually eventually got to a point where I am keeping up with it. So, yeah, can't complain. Let's figure out what goals to set for Q2. So, this is kind of the last section here. Q2 goals, what do I want to do? What do I want to set them as? I think I know what I want to set them as. I actually have a pretty good idea. Well, I've got 3 of them for definite, the 4th one. I guess what I should say, I've got 3 goals that I want to set that I'm fairly confident in myself that I can achieve. And then the 4th goal would be a bit of a push, and I'd need to figure out dedicating time to it. But I think I'm going to go for it, so let's talk it through. Paint the stair railing. I've realised that when I've said paint the hallways, I haven't really included the stairs in this, and all of the railings need repainting. So I want to paint the stair railing. It's something that if it's not on a goal, not on a to-do list, it won't get done. And I've started this and not finished it. I painted like 1 stair railing in February, but again, the house is on 3 levels, so there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like 5 lots of railings if you separate them up into like the types of railing. I've done 1 of them, so there's still 4 more that need doing. I just want to get it done, to be perfectly honest. I want to get it done, I want it looking nice. So goal number 1 for Q2 that I'm setting is paint the stair railing. Goal number 2 is going to be finish painting the hallway. I know that it's just transferring it from Q1. I know that I'd paint hallway in Q1, but I didn't finish it, and I really want to. I want to work down and get this entire house done this year. It's something I'm really trying to push towards and really be like happy with the house. So finish painting the hallway is super important to me, so I'm just going to put it in Q2 as well, and this time we're going to make sure I get it done. Check back in about 3 months when we do this goal checking again to see if it actually happened. But I'm confident in myself. I'm going to say I'm going to do this. Then this might surprise you with what you've just heard about me exercising once a week, but I'm actually going to set my goal for Q2 to exercise twice a week. I've got once a week down, and I've been doing slightly more than once a week. I'm going to push myself and try and get to exercising twice a week. We already go for a walk once a week. I say we have. We go for a walk once a week. And now the weather's got nice, we started that up again. We started that back up three or 4 weeks ago now? I think 3. Yeah, I think 3 weeks ago we started that back up because the weather got nice enough to do it. So that's once a week already sorted. It's only once more, I need to figure it out. So I think I can do that. So yeah, I'm going to set it to exercise twice a week. And then the final goal I'm going to set for Q2, which I'm going to set, do you know what, like, it's really important to me. Like, I'm trying to improve everything and figure out and learn new skills and do stuff like that, and I'm going to do it. I've purchased this already. I had to replace my laptop at the start of this year, and when I replaced it, it was a lot cheaper to buy it with a new laptop than it was separate. So I've purchased Final Cut Pro, which will be a much better editing software that I can do a lot more on, but I need to learn how to use it. And I think I'm going to set that as a goal, learn Final Cut Pro. I think at some point within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to sit down and come up with a list of everything that I already know I like to do when editing, and just list it all out, and then figure out how to do that entire list on Final Cut Pro. And then I can edit to the same standard on Final Cut Pro as I can now, like without it taking it extra time or anything. And then after that point, I think I'll create another list of things I wish I knew how to do, and then work through that list, and hopefully by the end of Q2 I'll have those 2 lists down. Maybe that's the goal, that's the aim. I would love to get this done. I'm just worried about not knowing how much time it's going to take, and I don't like, when I learned how to use iMovie, I've pretty much figured the majority of it out within 2 or 3 weeks, no problem. But I know this is going to be more in depth, and I know I'm going to need to set time aside, and until I start it, I don't know how long it's going to take. So I'm going to set it as a goal, and do you know what, like, if I end up putting hours into this every week and it's not enough by the end of the quarter, that's also okay. Like, progress is better than not trying at all. So yeah, that's going to be my 4th and final goal. And that is it for today's video. That is it for the goals, that is it for the reflections. I do hope you enjoyed it. I thought it'd be good to do. I always, every year, sit down at the end of the quarters myself, and I just thought it'd be something that would be good to put out there. Like, so I had this idea when this is my 2024 reading journal, and at the end of the 3rd quarter in 2024, I sat down and I actually made it like into the journal rather than me just sitting down and thinking. I made a page in the journal which was called like my goal check-in page, and I was like, oh, I like this. So I'm doing it again this year. I'm doing goal check-in page to actually have it down somewhere. But I also realised like this is a really good video to make. This is something like I really enjoy checking in on goals. I watch at the start of the year and the end of the year, I watch so many goal videos of like setting goals and like reflecting on goals and stuff like that, and I'm like, well, I set my goals quarterly, why am I not actually checking on them quarterly? So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it fun. Please do give the video a like if you did like it. Subscribe down below if you'd like to see more content like this, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.